This is the 6th seed. Could be one to watch out for. It's a super heavyweight robot, powered by a 12-volt sealed lead-acid battery, armoured in polycarbonate. The team also say that a huge amount of money's been spent building this robot. Let's see how that helps in the arena then. This is our 3rd seed, has a good chance of taking home the title. It's a super heavyweight category robot, powered by a 24-volt sealed lead-acid battery, armoured in aluminium. Cost an absolute fortune to build this robot. Let's hope it was worth it for them. Unseeded this robot, but showing a lot of potential. It's a super heavyweight contender. It's a sort of box wedge-shaped robot with all the advantages of a wedge for tipping opponents over. Relying on a 12-volt sealed lead-acid battery for power, armoured in light aluminium, this is one of the most expensive robots we have competing today. Nothing was too good for this team. Oh, a very festive sight with the coloured lights, but someone tell them, this isn't a Christmas special! It's even bought its teddy bear with it. Ah. Very highly rated robot, this one. It's seeded 2nd. It's a heavyweight robot. A 24-volt sealed lead-acid battery, the power behind this robot. Armoured in steel and very resilient to being cut or burnt. No expense spared on this robot. Let's hope the results live up to expectations, or someone's going to want a refund. A large rocket in a blast pit dominates this arena, as you can see. Listen carefully to the countdown, because you really don't want to be in the pit when it launches. The blast pit under the rocket is the last place you want to be when it blasts off. You'll have one molten robot. The spectators up in the control room have a perfect view of the battle arena. Three, 2, 1, activate! The crowd are waiting for something to happen here. Aluminium armour, not much defence against this kind of attack. The steel armour giving it some defence against the attack. Working away with the flipper as it tries to get underneath. The steel armour giving it some protection from the impact. Pushing with some force then as it drives it back. Not easy to smash through that polycarbonate shell. The circular saw grinding through. Starting to make an impression, but it's going to take more than that to give it any real trouble. The aluminium shell, very flimsy protection against this onslaught. They can't right themselves here. I'm afraid it's game over. My word! There's bits of robot all over the arena! Tough steel armour, making it harder to cut into, of course. Easy to punch through that aluminium armour with enough aggression behind it. Can the aluminium armour stand up to this? And that's it! Causing damage as it starts to rip into it! The layer of steel over the robot's body, deflecting some of the damage. This is classic Robot Wars! The steel taking the punishment well so far. Not sure how long the aluminium armour can hold up against this sort of impact. They can't right themselves. Something's wrong. It looks like they're out of the contest. Not too hard to cut into the aluminium, but it's putting up a brave fight. They'll be wishing the steel was even thicker on there. Although it may be enough, the steel armour giving it some protection from the impact. Should take no time at all to get through the aluminium protection. The steel armour giving it some defence against the attack. The aluminium armour, not much defence against this kind of attack. It's finding it hard to stand up to the slicing with just the aluminium armour. It's got cease! Definitely in with a chance of surprising everyone, this robot, unseeded today. It's a middleweight robot. It's a wedge-shaped robot, a very popular shape, allowing them to drive in under other robots. Powered by a 12-volt sealed lead-acid battery. Armoured in Kevlar, it's armed with a hydraulic piercing arm, with almost 5 tons of downward force. The team also say that a huge amount of money's been spent building this robot. Let's see how that helps in the arena then. Unseeded in this competition, but could have a few surprises up its sleeve. It's a super heavyweight competitor, powered by a 24-volt sealed lead-acid battery, armoured in heavy steel. Cost an absolute fortune to build this robot. Let's hope it was worth it for them. Unseeded this time, but no slouch. This robot could do well. It's a lightweight robot. This is a high wedge-shaped robot. Very popular shape, allowing them to drive under other robots. Relying on a 12-volt sealed lead-acid battery for power, armoured in Kevlar, difficult to pierce this material. It's armed with a powerful pneumatic pickaxe. It's armed with a sharp 30-centimetre titanium ramming spike. This is one of the most expensive robots we have competing today. Nothing was too good for this team. Three, 2, 1, activate! The crowd are wondering what's happened here. This isn't what they came to see. They want maiming and slaughter. Tough steel armour, making it harder to cut into, of course. The Kevlar armour, giving it great protection though. The armour holding out well against the charge. The axe has been broken off! No more use out of that then! In it comes for an attack now! Dead metal waiting for his chance to get stuck in. Coming in for an attack with a flamethrower. The weapon, trying to lift it and topple it. The crowd are waiting for something to happen here. Trying to get under there with a flipper. They're lying on their back like a turtle in the sun. I'm afraid they can't seem to get back up. It's turtle soup for them. The steel resisting the blade so far. The steel taking the punishment well so far. Not too difficult to cut into the Kevlar armour with the right weapon. Wouldn't like to be cleaning the debris from the arena later on. And in it goes! A lot of weight behind this robot. I'm making good use of it to cause damage. Bits and pieces everywhere. You could melt them down, I suppose, and make a whole new robot out of them. The steel armour giving it some protection from the impact. Trying hard to cut through the Kevlar. The Kevlar taking a battering but holding up. Not a lot happening here. The crowd want more action. The circular saw grinding through. Starting to make an impression, but it's going to take more than that to give it any real trouble. The steel armour giving it some defence against the attack. Let's hope the Kevlar doesn't catch fire. The Kevlar, not the toughest armour against blades like this. Flames lick all over it. Cease! The 8th seed for the title, not to be discounted, could go all the way. This wedge shape, very popular among our roboteers, gives them the advantage of being able to get in underneath and tip opponents, of course. Powered by a 12-volt sealed lead-acid battery. Can the other competitors take this bull by the horns? Shielded with Kevlar. It's armed with a custom-made carbon steel cutting disc, which the team claims will cut through almost anything. It's armed with a vicious spring-powered axe. It's armed with a 15-centimetre titanium ramming spike. No expense spared on this robot. Let's hope the results live up to expectations, or someone's going to want a refund. Three, 2, 1, activate! The crowd getting restless, waiting for them to get going, bashing away at the Kevlar, but it's ideal to resist it. The armour holding out well against the charge. Tough steel armour, making it harder to cut into, of course. Trying to sneak up with the flipper. They can't right themselves here. I'm afraid it's game over. Could be in trouble here. Sakei looks angry. I think the sergeant wants a taste of metal. The steel resisting the blade so far. The steel taking the punishment well so far. Not too difficult to cut into the Kevlar armour with the right weapon. Metal everywhere. And the crowd love it. The flipper doing its best, but nothing happening. A mighty clunk as it makes contact. But it's tougher than it looks. Only a few scratches this time. The Kevlar doing well against the piercing attack. The steel armour giving it some protection from the impact. Trying hard to cut through the Kevlar. The spike hardly scratching in that poor attempt. Must try harder. This is what Robot Wars is all about. Carnage! A layer of steel over the robot's body, deflecting some of the damage. Tough steel armour, making it harder to cut into, of course. The armour holding out well against the charge. My word! There's bits of robot all over the arena! The Kevlar, not the toughest armour against blades like this. Bashing away at the Kevlar, but it's ideal to resist it. The flipper not finding it too easy. But it's cease! We have a winner, cleaning up in the point stakes, our new champion, displaying unrivaled aggression in the arena.